This might actually be the creepiest story I've ever heard. Like, it made me feel violently ill when I heard this. It makes me feel sick thinking about it. Like, I just don't want to. So there's a woman and she lives with her boyfriend, but one day she's home alone and she gets a frantic knock on the door, and there's a woman equally as frantic saying, "My husband's in your house, you're not safe, you need to get out of the house." And this woman's like, "Love, I think you've got the wrong door. No one's in my house, it's just me." She ends up just shutting the door on this woman, being like, "No one here, love, don't worry about it." And this woman continues knocking on the door. She's knocking on the window, going around the house going, "Please, I don't know where he is, I don't know what he's capable of, you need to get out of the house." Naturally, when someone tells you this, you can be like, is there someone in my house? So she does like a sweep, and she looks in cupboards, under doors, usual places like behind the shower curtain where a murderer could potentially be hiding, I don't know. And she doesn't find anyone. And she goes to the door, and the woman's still there, and she's like, "There's no one in my house, I think you've got the wrong house, do you need me to call someone to come and pick you up?" And then this woman says, "You don't understand, he doesn't want you to find him." Says, he covers himself in lotion, right? Covers himself in lotion so you can't smell him, and he blends into his surroundings, and he can move his body in a way where he can fit into places where people shouldn't be fitting. So this girl's looking at this woman being like, "Okay, I'm going to call the police." And someone's like, "The police aren't going to do anything. I've called the police on him. I need to come in and show you where he is." And she's getting these red flags being like, "I shouldn't let anyone in my house." She shuts the door and she calls her boyfriend and she's like, "What do I do?" And he's like, "Call the police. Like, don't open the door to anyone. Don't let someone in the house. Call the police." She ignores him. For some reason, this woman just decides to sit down and carry on watching TV or whatever she was doing, I don't know. She carries on watching TV while this woman is like in a camping chair outside with a cigarette, like not joking, she's just waiting. Somehow she's focused on the TV, but she's paranoid and she's thinking, someone's watching me. And then she decides to follow every surface of her house to find anything out of shape. She goes up the cupboards, down, across tables, looks in corners, focusing on every detail. And when she gets to about a 20centimetre gap between her fridge and her wall, she notices something that looks like a finger bent out of place. I can't. She follows this bent looking finger, and then she sees something that looks like an arm. She continues to look up, and then she sees a head. There is a man standing in a 20centimetre gap between her fridge and her wall in such an unnatural position that it looks like he's slightly bent forward. His hands and his arms are bent in place where he's kind of like squashed, but he's also leaning forward. And she just says, "Sir, you need to get out of my house." He's just looking straight forward, straight through her, no blinking, no twitching, nothing, just doing what he's doing. I thought someone was behind me then. I told you it makes me feel ill. She continues to shout, "You need to get out of my house, you need to get out of my house." He's not doing it. Now the woman outside is saying, "I don't know what he's going to do now you found him. You need to get out of the house now." There's a problem though. She needs to go by him to exit the house. Somehow she ends up falling over and she lands right next to his feet, and he doesn't move. He's still just looking over her. She scrambles to the front door, opens the front door, and does the one bit of advice she should have done all along and call the police. 2 male police officers arrive. They do a thorough check on the house. No one's there, love. Can't see anyone. And both of these women are saying, "He's in the house. Like, I'm not going in there, but I can tell you exactly where he is." And they're like, "No one's in the house. We've searched everywhere. We can't find him." The police say, "If you don't feel safe, you shouldn't stay here tonight. But there's no one in your house. There's no evidence of anyone being in your house. If you see someone, call us, whatever." I don't know how delusional this woman is to be married to this guy or how he got a wife in the first place. But she ends up saying to this girl that he's been practicing for a while not being able to move, and he's not alone. He found out how to do it on the internet because apparently there's a group of men that like to just stand still and watch people. Oh! The woman's boyfriend comes home and she says to him, "We're not staying in the house, there's a man in the house," and he thinks she's overreacting. Even the guy's wife is saying to the boyfriend, like, "You're not safe in there. I don't know what to do," but this guy's like, "Where do we go? Like, this is our house. We're not being scared out of a house by some crazy woman and a man that's apparently just watching us in the house. Like, what do you want me to do with this information?" The girl and this guy's wife end up texting each other. They become best mates, you know, and they end up meeting up with each other so she can practice or show her how to see this man and how he's hidden in plain sight. This woman teaches the girl how to see her husband, basically. But then she says, "Let's drive into the city and practice." Then this woman says in the space of about 2 hours, they saw 3 of these men hiding in plain sight. They're just watching and waiting. For what? Who knows? It just seems to me that the 2016 clowns have evolved and now they're doing something scarier. It's like a group of incels on the internet just want to scare people. But it's making me feel ill, violently sick. Like, I'd take a ghost and a demon any day over a creepy weirdo man. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got a scary story or something you want to tell me, inbox me, hit me up on my email. But try to avoid telling me stories like this because I can't sleep most nights and I'm definitely not sleeping tonight.